Good afternoon. So now we're going to look at the Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, right? Karaṇīya Metta Suttas. Somebody call it the Metta Suttas, but more correctly to say Karaṇīya Metta. That is because if you look at the word Karaṇīya, that is from the future passive participle, means that should be done, right? That should be done, or that which should be done. So when you put this Karaṇīya Metta, that is, they are in the Kamadhara compound, mean the metta should be done. You see, metta should be done. And we all know that this metta is one of the four divine abodes, right? That for the cultivation of this interpersonal harmony and a kind of in a form of meditative inner concentration. And of course, we all know that is metta, right? It's also one of the 10 perfection, right? Parami. And if one were to cultivate the bodhisattvas, right? If leading path to the Buddhahood, then one of these parameter, this parameter is metta. Okay, so it's one of the requisites. And yeah, and I think all of you know that in the background of these suttas, right? It is said in the post-canonical text, right? In the Sutta Nipata, in the Sutta Nipata commentary, that the background story for the Metta Sutta is that a group of monks, it says about 500 of them, were frightened, by the spirits in the forest because they were young, they were new, where the Buddha had sent them, to the forest for meditation. And then afterwards, the monk, sought the Buddha help, in dealing with the spirits. So the Buddha thought this Karaṇīya Metta Suttas, right, as an antidote to counter their fear. Then the monk recited the suttas, and they felt better. And okay, so this is the start of the Karaṇīya Metta Suttas. Okay, so I think this Karaṇīya Metta Sutta is not unknown to you. And many of you, know how to learn by heart these suttas. And okay, so they are altogether about 10 verses. And this Karaṇīya Metta Sutta is very ancient, right? And it is a verse, and then it try to keep to the metric, right? And also you do find, here and there, a form of irregularity, where I think you really need to go to the post commentary, to understand the context. So here, while I'm preparing this, I encountered 3 or 4 places, you see, that require, further investigation. Other than this, they are okay. And another thing for you to understand in the verse, there is no translation from A to Z, you see, because they have to follow the meter, and they have a certain syllable to follow. So you find here and there the word. So in order to translate the whole verse, you see, and the verse are very terse, right? So you need to look at the whole, take it from here and there. It's not like in the prose, like Samayam Bhakava Savati and Viharati Jetavana. It's very straightforward, that kind of Pāli structure. But here, the Pāli, okay, so now, so now is it Karaṇīya Metta, Karaṇīyang Atikusalena, right? Yantang Padang Abhisamecha. Sako ujucha sujucha suvacho chasamono anatimani. Okay, so now we look at the meaning for each word. And for this Karaṇīyang Attikusalena, right? Yantang Padang, Santang Padang, Abhisamecha. Here you look at the Abhisamecha is a verb, right? Here it has the meaning. The Abhi is a gerund, right? From the Abhi, Sang, and from the root E mean to go, right? So the Abhi is a prefix and Sang is a prefix. So you have like the Abhidhamma, right? Abhidhamma. You have the Abhi and Dhamma, right? So this Abhi is a prefix. When added to the Dhamma, it modifies the meaning. For example, this api has a meaning of concerning, right? Say like apidhamma, it has a meaning like concerning the dhamma, right? With regard to the dhamma. Or excelling, it means that the apidhamma is a very higher teaching, that kind of meaning. So it modifies the meaning. So similarly, here also same thing, you see. So you have the root, follow. So in Pali or Sanskrit, there are more than 20 types of prefixes, not many, right? Not many, so no need to worry so much, right? So again, we will deal with this prefix again and again, like sang here. Earlier we have seen sama, sang, buddho, right? Sang. Sang is a prefix, right? Mean together or complete or thoroughly, that kind of meaning. That's why the Chinese, for those who know Chinese, the word like ten, ten means complete or perfect, that kind of meaning. Okay, so abhisang abhisamich is gerund. See, it's a gerund, right? E means to go completely is excelling or greatly. It means that it's understood, right? So see, it's a gerund, right? So you translate like having understood, right? Having understood. And Karaṇīya, here is a future passive, a future participle, right? What should be done? And it has a root here also, kru, right? And here, atta kusalena. Here, atta means the meaning. Kusalena is from kusala, right? You look at the ana, here is instrumental, right? Instrumental. So instrumental would be translated as by one, right? Who is skillful in good. I mean, this is how people translate. I find it's also okay, right? And yanta is a collorative pronoun, like whatever, whomever. Okay, so it's a collorative pronoun. And santang padam. You look at santang padam. Padam is a noun, right? It's a neuter noun. It's accusative, means the state, right? The state. Santang is a PPP from the root sang, shang. This is a Sanskrit root. Sang means to, to truncle, right? Like samadhi. Sorry, no samadhi. Samatha. You see, samatha is from the same root, right? Do you know the differentiation between the samatha and samadhi, right? If not talking from the meaning, but we are looking from the root. Samatha is from the sang, right? It means that the samatha. Whereas the samadhi is from sang, and dha. It's the different root. Samadhi. Samadhi, dha means to put down. You see, all along, put down completely. It means that samadhi has a meaning of like your mind settling down. You see, settling down, right? Whereas samatha is different. Samatha means coming down. It's an aspect of coming down. It's an aspect of, calm, tranquility. Okay. Then, sakko, uju, ch. You see, you have the ch and ch and ch and ch and ch. You see? So here they are all N and N. You see, they are enclated, right? N. So you see the sakko, uju, suju, suvacho, mudu, anatimani. It says that in the Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, one were to cultivate the loving kindness. One has to endow with 15 qualities, right? So here listed 6, right? Sakko means it has to be capable, right? Suju means straight, upright, okay? And then you have suju, yeah, it's from su and uju. You see, here su is also another prefix. When you add it to uju, it means that, intensify the meaning, right? It means that perfectly upright, right? It means that double excellent, intensify. Then suvacho again is from su and vacho. Vacho means word, right? Su, good word. Here, good advice, good to advise, right? So here asa is optative, right? OPT, optative, right? And you see you have the ch and asa. Here, ch, a here is elided, right? And replaced by apostrophe, right? So, yeah, but usually we also don't put apostrophe. The reason I put apostrophe to show that there is this sandhi here, right? So here I split the word, I split the sandhi like ch asa,
Okay, so asa is optative, right? To be. So here the optative means he ought to be, right? So then all these things are nominative, right? Nominative, they are subject. Okay, okay. So now, so this is the translation. Look, so I analyze the translation. Okay, for like others, you look at the verb, right? Yeah, for this part, right? Karaṇīya, though it's a future participle, but it has a verb, carry verb, right? From the verb rule. Then, okay, here's the instrumental. Okay, then the translation is what should be done, right? What should be done? Here, Karaṇīya, what should be done? It's a nominative, right? By one skillful in good, is the instrumental, by one skillful in good. Okay, then Abhisamecha, gerund. Okay, you have the root here, padang, and the sandang, and then you show the relationship sandang, right? It's a PPP, past participle, right? It's an adjective describing the noun. So the sandang means the calmed, C-A-L-M-E-D, right? Calm state, right? I.e. nibbana. And then the yang tang is the demonstrative pronoun. So here would be like whomever, okay? Having understood is a gerund, right? Directly, the calm state, right? The calm state. You see here, the translation is follow exactly, the grammar. Follow exactly the grammar. Okay, so, the importance of looking the verb. If there is no verb, so how are you going to translate? That's the problem, isn't it? So we try, but someone may ask, I'm still new to the Pāli, then how do I know this is a verb, this is a noun? I think this is a matter of time, okay? After some time, because we are dealing with the Buddhist vocabulary, right? We are not dealing with, the story, unknown to us. We are dealing with the story, we are dealing with the teaching of the Buddhas. So, this teaching, they have in the Pāli term. So we are dealing with these Pāli terms every now and then, while we are reading the text. So as you are reading the text, some of these words, may come to your mind, you see. So you will know, this one is a noun, this one is a verb, aga, that kind of thing. I think it's also good for a beginner. This is how you learn, is it? And of course, another thing, for you to identify whether this is a noun or verb, at least you look at the ending part of it, right? The ending part of it. Like I have said, kusalena, that kind of lena, that kind of ena is instrumental. Okay. All right. Then, okay, it says that have you understood thoroughly the concept? Then how you have to, what do you call this? Yeah, yesterday someone asked, I put a remark here, right? Can you see? Where is it? Euphonic combination. As I read Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, most of our Buddhist chanting text, they will say Karaṇīya Metta Sutta. That is okay. That is because due to the euphonic combination, right? So Karaṇīya, this one aim here, right? Preceded by, after this this M dot replaced by M, so you join them together, right? So this is what we call, certain form of a combination, right? So Karaṇīya Metta Sutta. When you say Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, that sounds may not good. When you say Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, Metta Sutta, that sounds good, right? Karaṇīya Metta Sutta instead of Karaṇīya Metta Sutta. They kind very, very rough, right? That's okay, right? But I think for our Pali learning, we try to restore in the original form, right? Pronunciation is one thing, right? But while analyzing the text, we have to know its original form, okay? The declension form. Okay, so we have seen this. So here they are all the nominative, right? All non-nominative. And you have the ch, A, B, A ch, B ch mean A and B, okay?
here due to pronunciation, like certain texts, particularly the Sri Lankan texts, you find most of the places suhuju. You see, you have the UHU, you know, that has a meaning like long sound, you know, suju, like sako uju, suju, you know, that's suju, you know, that kind of long sound. But more correctly to say suju, okay. And again, you look at this H here, that is also due to this euphonic, right? So you add H, you know, so it's due to the certain, you know, form. But I think in our case, you know, we try to stick to suju. You see, he ought to be here. Here he ought to be is because of this asa. Okay, ought to be. Okay, this asa is optative, right? He ought to be. Ought to be. To be what? Sako means capable. Uju means straight. And then suju, I mean, I don't know. It's a matter of translation, right? Upright. Okay. And here, suacho. You see, you have another three more. Here, and here, because of ch, you see here, the ch here is encleti again, and, right? Easy to speak to, right? And mudu, very soft and gentle. Anatimani, without conceit, right? Anatimani is from na and atimana. Mana means the pride. Ati means excessive pride. And then na here is again due to the sun, due to the sandhi, you see, then this na become an, okay, terbalik. Yeah? So anatimani, it means that no excessive pride, means humble. Okay, so this is the first part. Now we look at the second one. Santu sako ch subharo ch apakicho ch sallahuka vutti. Right? Santin rio ch nipako ch apagabho kuleso ananugidho. Right? So this is the second verse. Okay, you look at the first part. Is there any verb here? Yeah, no. But okay, if that's the case, then we look from A to Z then. Santu sako. You see, again, you have ch and ch and ch and ch. It means that it continues from the earlier part. Right? Continue. So there is a purpose. There is a purpose of enclitic. Okay? So santu sako is nominative. Again, it's a subject nominative. They are all in the singular because they are the qualities of metta to be cultivated. So it's contained, right? Santu sako is contained. Subharo again is from su and bharo, like easy to support. Upper kicho, you know, from upper and kitchen. Upper means feel, right? Kitchen means duty. And sallahuka vutti mean, you know, sallahuka and vutti mean like in living, livelihood, or lead a simple life. Sallahuka vutti. Okay, so, okay. They are not, they are all in the nominative singular. So I think you need not to bother so much of the gender. You see, because they are not the adjective to one another. So they are just individual words describing, you know, individual qualities. Yeah. Okay, next, you see, again, you had a Santin Rio Ch Nipako Ch Apugabho Kuleso Ananogito. Again, you have Ch here. You see, so it means continue. Okay. So basically, these are qualities of, you know, of this loving kindness to be cultivated. So Santin Rio is from Santa in Rio. Santa means calm, right? And in Rio, it means the faculty, right? Or calm faculty. Or faculty at peace. It's a matter of English translation, so it's okay, right? Then you had the Nipako, mean prudent, right? And Apagabbo, right? Not proud, right? Not proud. And the Kulesu, right? Here is you see something esu, you see? It's a locative plural, right? Locative plural. Mean among the families. It's from Kula. Yeah, not here the Kula. Here the Kula is what we call the stem form, right? Undeclined form. Okay. So when you decline it, neuter form is locative plural. So among the families, or with regard to families. Then ananugiddo is from anugiddo. It's also greedless, right? And here is because no greed. So greedless. Okay, so now the second verse is very easy. It's very straightforward. Very straightforward. So here, you see, I explain. You see here all the meaning here. You see, I put n satisfied with little. N here is because of here is enclitic, right? So you put n first. Satisfied with little, satisfied, contented, and easy to support. Okay. And again, apakichocha salahukavuti, right? Again, you see, and you have ch here again. Apakichocha here, ch is also another enclitic, right? So I put n here. And we feel duties, right? And like in living or simple in livelihood. And santin riocha nipako ch. Again, you have ch again. Here is enclitic, right? And with faculties at peace or with calm faculty, right? And nipako, prudent, right? Apagabbo kuleso ananogiddo. So here, okay, apagabbo, not proud. Ananogiddo is a greedless or non-greed, right? Among the families, right? Because of kulesu. Or with regard to families. Okay, with regard to families. So how many qualities? Earlier 6, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here 14 already. Okay, 14 qualities. So here it says, when you want to develop the living kindness, right? You should cultivate. Here, Karaṇīya is a future passive part. It's a future participle. So it says you should cultivate or you ought to cultivate. Right? So these are. And another one. Okay, nachukudang samachare kinchi. Right? Yena vinyo pare upavadeyo. Sukino wa kemino hontu. Sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatha. Okay, so if you look at this part, right, we are come to the third verse. Right, so you can see in the Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, right, here it talks about, stages of development. First, it mentions about 15 qualities, right? Then after listing 15 qualities, it says you have to have what kind of wish, right? That facilitates, generating the loving kindness. You see, yeah. Okay, so now we look at the first part. Nachakudang samachare kinchi. Look at samachare, right? Samachare is optative, right? That person singular. It means that it's from the char, right? Sang, and char. And I think it's good for a beginner. I think it's good for a Pali learning that, of course, with a proper guidance, right? To look at, a verb with prefixes, and try to split them, and then you can feel yourself, while splitting all these, the prefixes like sang mean completely, mean all along, char mean to work or to practice, right? To practice all along completely. It means that, practice or behave, that kind of meaning, you see. So samachara is optative, right? You have the verb here. And kudang. Kudang here is, of course, becomes an object, right, of the samachara. It means that he should, and there's na here, you have the nurture, na. Na is governed by samachara, mean should not do, okay, should not behave, okay, or should not act, or should not practice, okay, that kind of meaning. And then you have the ch here. Ch here is enclitic. Enclitic means here, it continue to say, it means that and. Right, you have, when you translate, you put and, comma, and the kind of meaning is the and. It means that it continue to say something. It means that these 15 qualities have not been completed. So you have to continue, right? And this is the last one, right? And samachare kinchi, here the kinship. Kinship means indeclinable, of course, but the king here is declinable. Here is because chi here is to make it indefinite, right? But you look at the king here, you see, so I mean, the meaning is like, slightest thing. So, somehow they are related, right? An adjective. So you can say that, and what, yena vinyo pare upavade. Yena. Okay, upavadeyo. Upavadeyo is what? It's third person plural. Okay. Right? Is from the upa and what. Right? This upa is also perfect. What mean to speak? Upa is a meaning. Upa mean near, right? Near. When you want to speak near to someone, it means that you are, you are talking someone, secretly, you see. So when you are talking, someone secretly, you are in fact insulting someone, you see, you are blaming someone. So, okay. Here, you look at then here is a optative, third person plural. Then you're expecting the subject to be nominative plural, isn't it? Right? You are talking they, they should, they might blame you, or they might, insult you. You see, so who are they? You see, then we look at the subject. Is there any subject? If here the subject is vinyo. Vinyo means the wise. Pare is an adjective, mean, like other wise people. Okay, otherwise people might blame. Okay, and of course there is no object here, but understood, right? And you look at the yena. Yena is instrumental, but here used as an adverb ready. Right? Use an adverb ready. Okay, afterwards we look at the translation. Okay, but okay, now we complete. We complete the 15 qualities, right? 15 qualities. Now it continue by developing the loving kindness. You see, it means that you have to generate wish, right? Make it an intentional wish, right? And what kind of wish is this? Sukhinowa came in a horn to sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitattha, right? And okay, yeah, you had a beautiful verb, right? Hontu, and then you had another one is bhavantu, right? So I think, in our Pali learning, you see this hontu and bhavantu is very common everywhere. Another one is atti, it's very common everywhere, right? So here the hontu is imperative, right? Maybe, right? From the ruhu, right? Maybe, okay. That's why we say sukihotu, sukihontu, you see, or suki bhavatu or suki bhavantu, they are also the same. Okay, here maybe, or may you be, right? Here, yeah, in this case, is because of the third person, so may they be, okay, may they. And here, sukino, right, is, okay, you look at this sukino, last time I think we have learned the form of possessive suffix. You see, there are many ways of forming the possessive noun, right? And to form this possessive noun, usually there are several, what they call, suffix, right? And earlier we have seen the suffix what, right? VAT, what. When you add to the bhaga means a noun, right? So when you have the what added to bhaga, it means bhaga means the fortune, right? And the what is possessing fortune, then become fortunate one. And there is another form to form the possessive noun by adding the suffix in, right? Like sukha. Sukha is a noun, right? Sukha. Yeah, or more correctly to say it's a verb. It's an adjective. But anyway, it's okay. When you add the in, it becomes sukino, a sukina. Sukin, right? Sukin. Okay, so it means that the sukin has the in ending. So when you declined it, you had to decline according to the ending, IN ending. So this is how you got it. Sukhino is a nominative plural. Okay, nominative plural. I think many people have misunderstood this part. Is I read a lot of books of someone who translated this part. They say Camino is a nominative singular. So that is a great mistake. Because if that is a nominative singular, then you have problem because of hontu. Okay, hontu is a third person plural. So you're expecting something plural there because may they, is it, or may anybody, may they be happy and secure. So be happy and secure also have to be in the nominative plural, right? And you look at the camino, it's also same thing from the kema plus in. So camin means possessing, secure. Okay. Then hontu, okay. Bhavantu sukhitata, right? The bhavantu is imperative, right? Third person plural, also same meaning, yeah, maybe. And and this, you look at this, sattha is a nominative plural, right? Sabbe, right, is adjective, right? And then sukhitata is from sukhita atta. Sukhita atta. Atta is like self, right? Self. Like happy heart, in your heart, or that kind of meaning, right? So here we translate. I double underline vinyo, that is because the subject here. And here, nacha kudang samachara kinje, samachara objective. And then here, kudang is an object governed by samachara, right? And then you have king is also accusative. So here, he should not do samachara, right? Samachara, or he should not behave, or he should not do. Okay, more correctly say do. It's a matter of translation, right? Or he should not practice. So he should not do the slightest. That is because of kudam and kingchi, like something. And nurture. So you should say like, and he should not. Here not is because of ne. When you have the ne putting in front, has that meaning of emphasis, So he should not do the slightest thing. And then upavadeyo is a objective third person plural, right? And then you have the vinyo, nominative plural, the subject in the nominative plural. And then pare, okay, adjective to the vinyo. Okay, it means that otherwise people. Here, the instrumental yena used as an adverb. Okay, so here is the translation. So due to which, right, otherwise people. Here the vinyo pare, otherwise people. Otherwise people might blame. Okay, upavadeyo, might blame. So you see, here the objective third person plural. So you're expecting the subject, right, in the nominative plural as well. So here is correct, right? So you see, it's beautiful, right? So it's not that difficult. Okay, sukhino wa kemino hontu, sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitata. So again, we look at this. Hontu is imperative, third person plural. Here, sukhino wa kemino. Here, wa is also enclave, right? Here, kemino is also, right, from kemin. Then the meaning is may all being, or may they, right? We don't know who, but here is understood, right? All being be happy and secure. Okay, be happy and secure. Okay, may they be happy and secure. Right. So this is a form of the kind of intentional wish. Wishing all beings be happy and secure. So this is the start, generating that kind of intentional wish. And okay, next, sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitata. Here also the same thing. right? Here, bhavantu is imperative, third person plural. So you're expecting the subject in the nominative plural. It's a sattha. Okay, sattha. So may beings. Okay, when you have the subbe, may all being. Here, all subbe is an adjective to sattha. So they are agree with the gender, right? Case and the number, right? Masculine nominative plural. Okay. Then you have another one. Sukitata is also the same thing, right? They are also agree in the gender, case, and number, right? Tatha, and it's also adjective to the sattha. Okay. Then how is the translation? May all beings, right? May all being here, sabbe sattha, in their hearts be happy. I mean, this is a matter of translation, right? In their heart be happy. So don't take it as a locative, okay? Don't take it as a locative. You know, it's just a matter of English translation. Huh? Of course, if you are good in English, you can translate a better translation. But I think this one is quite good enough, right? In their hearts be happy. In their heart, there is because of atta. They are in the nominative plural, okay? Yeah, in their heart be happy. Tatta, you know, tatta, atta, be happy. Okay, so this translation. Is it okay? So we continue, yeah? I know it's a bit tired, especially in the afternoon, you know, and many of you just probably just finish your lunch. But I noticed that reading this sutta is very exciting. So, okay, so shall we continue? Yeah. So, ye kechi pana bhuttati. So it's a pana bhutta ati, right? You look at the apostrophe, it means that something, you know, is joined together. Usually I split them. Yeah, usually I split them, but tasava thavarava anavasesa dighava ye mahantawa majjima rasaka anugatola. Okay. You see, after generating the intentional wish, okay, to all beings, okay, generating, you know, that kind of happiness and secured all things. What next? It says we have to, what do you call, you know, you look at this, developing certain forms of meditational objects, right? And under these meditational objects, you see, it talks many things, right? You have to talk about the object consists of various sizes, and you know, sizes mean you have the big, you have the small, you have the soft, that kind of thing, and then you have the proximity, mean near and far, you know, that kind of thing. You see, so here we were taught by developing the meditation object. So what are these meditational objects? Okay, then. Okay, so here you look at the ati, panabhuta ati, ati. You see, panabhuta and ati. So this is in fact, this is not a compound, but because of, due to the euphonic combination, they combine together, right? You can just nicely, you can split them. But you know why usually you split them, the pronunciation sounds very funny. You see, like for example, ye kechi panabhuta ati, tasava thavarava anavasesa. So you might as well join them, like ye kechi pana bhutati, right? Instead of ye kechi pana bhutaati. See? So here, because of, you know, Pali, usually they take care of their certain syllable. So, you know, to maintain, you know, 9 syllable, not 9, not number 9, you know, so, or smooth pronunciation, usually they maintain certain syllable. So that is how, you know, the Pali, you know, they have the trend of combining them. Okay, so here ati, a third person. There are, right? There are. So it's from the root us, okay? And panabhuta, here is a subject, right? Subject. You see here is a plural, right? So you're expecting the subject also in nominative plural. Pana bhuta. Pana means the breathing, right? Bhuta means beings, right? So it's breathing beings. Okay, so I keep this breathing being because I don't want to put being because of pana means the breathing, right? And then, so this is a subject, you have the verb, right? And then yekechi is a relative pronoun. So chi to make it indefinite. So it means whatsoever, right? Whatsoever. And then the ati here means there are, right? And tassava, and who are they now? So here, just now we talked about generating a different meditation object. So here the meditation object. You see, so tassava, tavarava, anavase. So you have all the long R here. So tassa means the trembling one or weak one. Tavara is also nominated plural, firm or strong one. You see, anavasesa means others. Okay, so you see, they are all in the nominated plural. It means that these are the being describing the Panabhuta, right? So when they are describing the Panabhuta, who are they? They must agree in their gender, case, and number. Okay? Is it okay for you? Then next, he also continue, besides talking about, being a trembling type, strong type. Now it says you have the long type, you have the middle type, middle size, you see, and you have a very short one, you have a very tiny one, and you have the, very thick, bodies, and those kind of, of meditation object. And okay, so we are not dealing with who are these sentient beings. Okay, that one you have to go to the doctrinal part, right? So anyway, we are looking from the grammar part. Okay, and the word. So here, you see, they are all the nominated plural. You see, describing the Panabhuta, right? The breathing beings. Here you see, Diga also nominated, Mahanta also nominated plural, Majima also nominated plural. Here, Rasaka Anukatula. Here is a Dwanda compound. It's a compound. It's a compound, right? So you see, I split them: Rasaka, Anuka, and Tula, right? And usually the last one, Tula, determine, the whole compound become an adjective describing the Panabhuta, and they have to be agreed in the gender, in the case, in the number. Okay, so it's quite clear, right? This is a Dwanda compound, mean A and B and C. Okay, that kind of translation. Okay, now here we translate. Right? You see, I already underlined Panabhuta, Ati. I already split all the Sandhi possible, right? Yekechi Panabhuta Ati Tasava Thavarava Anavasesa. Digahava Ye Mahantawa Majima Rasaka Anukatola. Right? You see, they are quite clear. They have all the long A, long A, long A. Okay, now I will look at the verb. Ati is the third person plural. Right? Then you have the, nominated plural, right? Then Yekechi, okay? And then you see, whosoever, whatsoever, breathing beings there are, okay? Okay, it's very straightforward, isn't it? It's beautiful. And then whatsoever, what are these whatsoever? Okay, here listed a list of beings, okay, of various sizes. Here you see Tasava, Tavara, Anavasesa. Okay. You see, you have Majima, Rasaka. You see, Veda. Veda is Wa. Okay. Here also Tasava, also Wa. Whether trembling or strong, you see, or is it whether, or is it, or whether they are long or great, you see. And you have of middle size, short, tiny, or gross, because they are all in the Wa form, right? O. So they are all. It means that they can be this, could be that, Yeah, can be this, can be this, can be this. Okay, whether this, whether that, whether this, whether that. So they are all various signs of the meditation objects of the Panabhuta. Okay, so you see, these are all the, yeah, like they are all the adjective describing the Panabhuta. Okay, can you see? Yeah, a bit clumsy. Yeah. So if they are all the adjective describing the Panabhuta, then they are to be agreed, with the gender, right, with the number and with their case. Okay. Okay. Now next. Oh, very fast. Okay. Dittava yecha adittha yecha dure vasanti avidure. Bhutava sambhave siva sabbe sattha bhavantu sukhitatha. Okay, yeah, the same thing. Now, if you look at this, okay, this first part, the verb is vasanti, right? Vasanti here. Vasanti is a third person plural, it's a present tense, right? From the root ash, from the root vash, mean to live. So if the third person plural mean they lived, right? So what are these they? Of course, here is describing the Panabhuta, right? Panabhuta, what are these beings? And here also talk another type of being of proximity. You see, proximity. It means that you are talking about dittava, you see, adittha. They are all the nominative plural, right? Describing the beings, that can be seen, and adittha is unseen. You see, so here is a relative pronoun. Those who are unseen, or those who are seen, those who are unseen, right? So you're describing the Panabhuta. And then you have Vasanti. Vasanti, they lived. Dure and Avidure. Dure is a accusative plural, mean far away, right? Avidure, right, mean near, though far away. So it's proximity. It's being you can see, cannot see, and stay near and stay far. Next, Bhutava Sambhave Siva, right? Bhuta is also nominated plural. Sambhavesi is also nominated plural, right? Yeah, here we have seen Sabbe Sattha Bhavantu Sukhitatha. So you are talking about those who are born and those who seek birth, right? And they are all adjective describing the Panabhuta. So they are all in the same number, same case, and yeah. This Bhuta is in the masculine, okay? Yeah, I really have to make, I was searching for this word. Now I look at it. So Bhuta here is a masculine, okay? Okay, now I have to come back afterwards to amend this word. Okay, Bhuta is a masculine. Yeah, cannot be a neuter. If it is in a neuter, you have problem. You see, you cannot describe the Panabhuta, right? Yeah, I think this is my, mistake anyway. Okay, so this is under the verse 5. Yeah? Okay, now we translate. Here, Aditya, right? Yeah, or wa is enclative also, or those who are sins, and n is because of ch here, right? Ch, and is n. You see, I put apostrophe and those to show that this is enclative, right? And those who are unseen of adittha, right? You understand? Or those who are sins and those who are unseen, right? So it means that this, when you deal with this enclative, you have to be very careful because enclative can make a lot of differences. Though, it makes, if you look at the sentence, it doesn't look much, that kind of, meaning, but, in the sense of the translation, it makes a lot of difference here. And here, Vasanti, right? And then you have Dure, Avidure is an object, right, of Vasanti here. And I should put N because of ye here. And those who lived far away and those who live near, are understood, right? Those understood. Bhuttava sambhave siva, and or, you see, here one is enclated, or those who are born and those who still seek birth. Okay. Here, same thing, right? We have seen this part. You see, they said that, okay, here it says after listing 15 qualities of loving kindness to be cultivated. Next, it says we have to, we have to make an intentional wish, right? To facilitate, the generating of loving kindness, okay? That is to say, may all beings be well and happy. Then after that, the suttas continue to say, okay, now you have to develop meditation objects. Here, they give a list of objects, and instead of giving, name or different object, right? They give the size, various size, you see, and then they also give, the proximity, etc. So for you to make a wish, what kind of wish? They said, Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. You see, ultimately it talks about Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta, right? May all beings, right? Yeah, same thing. May all beings in their heart be happy, right? So I think this is a very beautiful sentence. So among our Buddhists, right, if he wants to, wish someone, you also can say, Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta, right? Sukhitatta. Okay, ne paro paraniku beta nati mangete kata chinang kinji. Okay, biharosana padigasanya nanya manyasa dukkha micheya. Yem dukkhang miche, dukkhang icheya, or dukkha micheya, dukkhang icheya, right? Okay, now, okay, nikubeta is optative, right? Here is Dhammapāla. Atano mean the passive, right? In the passive form, right? So nikubeta, but here the word is very controversial, because first thing, you don't find it in the dictionary, and of course, if you look at this Sutra Central, right? There is there's a website called Sutra Central, right, by this Sujato from Australia, and they have an argument on what is this nikubeta, right? And he couldn't find, what is nikubeta and what is the root for this, right? For him, he simply, takes, from the Burmese dictionary to mean to oppress, the kind of meaning, okay? And the Burmese dictionary, simply take nikubeta as ni and kar, ni and kru. Kru mean to do, right? Ni and kru. But of course, personally, I have another view. I say it probably is coming from root. Root means to obstruct, right? Obstruct. But whatever it is, there is no conclusion, right? So everybody take it like oppressed. That is because they take it from a Burmese dictionary, right? So, but it's okay. Yeah, this is a thing that, require further investigation. So if you are so interested, you put a remark there and then try to, find more from other places, okay? But I have using searched, searching from all the dictionary, you don't even find this from the whole thick dictionary, beberapa ribu pages, you don't find even. So, okay. So here is the authenticated present singular. So you're expecting the subject, right, is in the nominative singular, isn't it? Okay. So who are they? It's paro. Paro means other. Okay, other. So this is here not paro. Paro is other. So other. Then you have like parang. Parang is the accusative singular, another. Right? No one should cheat or should oppress another. No one, right? Or no other oppress, but better use no one, right? It's understood. Or let no one cheat another, or no one should cheat another. Same meaning. Okay. Nati mangeta katachina kanji. Nati is from na and ati mangeta. It's also atanopada. It's passive. Right? Should be despised. It's from the Sanskrit ati mangeta. You know why I want to look at the Sanskrit? Because Sanskrit gives a clearer root. It's from ati and man. Right? Okay, so here it says should be despised. So mangeta should not despise, right? Should not despise, should not neglect, And then katachi nang kinchi. So you have the katachi nang and kinchi. You see, so katachi is an adverb, right? It's from the interrogative, where, right? Or anywhere, or wherever, or in whatever place. And then nang is to him. This is enclating, right? Him, all right, or anyone, okay, or to him. Then you have the kinchi, demonstrative pronouns, indeclinable, so whatsoever or whatever. Okay, then next, biaro sana patiga sanya, nanya manyasa dukkha ichaya, or dukkhang ichaya. So here again, ichaya is a verb, right? It's also for optative. Usually if it is active, I don't put, okay, when it is in the passive, I will put atanopada, right? Or atmanepada, Sanskrit. So it's a third person singular. So he should long, from the root ish, means he should desire, he should long. Okay, so na ichaya. This na is governed by ichaya. So he should not, wish, or he should not long for, right? Long for what? Dukkhang is an object. So suffering, right, is in the accusative. And anyamanya means it's a dative, or another, or for each other. They're in the genitive form. So here, another part, biharosana patigasanya. This is something ambiguous, right? But luckily, someone has done a research on this. It says that this biharosana and patigasanya is a truncated feminine instrumental. It means that this sentence is not completed yet. Somehow due to this meter, right, metric, due to the pronunciation, somehow, they have to, cut certain, this, right? As if you know this. So they cut it. You see, otherwise, we don't know what is this, you see, because, so, anyway, they cut it, luckily. So, truncated feminine instrumental. So now it is instrumental, right? It is in the instrumental form. Okay, so now we look at the translation. Here the translate. Na paro para nikubete nati mangete katachi nang kinchi. So here, nikubete. Paro is a subject, right? Pare is accusative, is object, right? And this na is governed by nikubete, not. So no one should cheat another. Here, no one or no other should cheat another. But you can translate no one. Or you can also say, let no one cheat another. That is also okay, right? And atimanget, right? And then nang, and then you have kingchi. No, because no and no, you see? Right? No and no. So nor should he despise anyone, nang. Whatsoever, kingchi. In any place, katachi. Okay? So nor should he despise anyone, nang. Okay? Despite him, right? Nang. Whatsoever, in any place. That's also okay. Okay? So nor should he despise him, and whatsoever, in any place. Is it okay? So you see every word translated. So there is no words left behind. Okay. Vyarosana patigasanya. So now we look at ichaya. Ichaya is a root optative, right? So it's a singular. So you're expecting the subject, but the subject here, if there is no subject, so you take it as he lah, he or she. Here, accusative and genitive. Then you can say, he should not, right? Optative. He should not wish. Wish what? Wish suffering, dukkham, accusative. For another, for one another, for another is anyamanyasa. And the instrumental, this is instrumental. True anger or true resentment. You see, these are all very ancient texts, you see. So you're expecting, the transcriber who transcribe, through orally, into the writing. Somehow, you see, they miss something. So that's why we need to do a lot of research on this. Yeah. So you're expecting, error when someone transcribing, writing, from memory into writing. So so this is very obvious that due to, the transcriber, the one who wrote it, something, okay, misspell something like that. But of course, if you translate it, surely is instrumental, right? So he should not wish suffering for another's through anger or through resentment. Okay, euphonic combination, dukkam ichcheya. You also can pronounce dukkam ichcheya. Some books translated write like this, dukkam ichcheya. That's okay, right? But as a student of Pali, you should know, how to split them, right? Dukkam ichcheya or dukkam ichcheya. Okay. Now 7. We try to finish this, right? Matha yatha niyang puttang ayusa eka putta manu puttang, right? Anurake. Evangpi sabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimana. Okay. Okay, now, is there any verb here? Yeah, you have anurake. Anurake is optative, that person singular. We protect is from anu and raks. Protect. We protect. So since accusative singular, so is there any subject? Yeah, you have subject, mata. The mata, careful, this mata is a feminine, right? It's an agent noun. It's from matar, right? Matar. So this is an ending, AR ending. Yeah. As I have said, I think in my first class, I'm talking about there are altogether 17 types of noun ending in different, ending. Okay. So this is one form. IN is another form, right? We have seen like sukin, kemin, you see, but these are. Okay. So you are so keen, this ending, I think there are many grammar books you can look for. So here the subject is mata. And what else? And okay, you have the anurake mata, yata, like just as, okay. And then niyang puttang, is it, okay, protect. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have not the mistake already. It's my mistake. Niyang puttang is accusative. Yeah, this is the part. Okay. So it's accusative. So here is under 7. So I need to change it. So here is not nominated singular, right? Niyang puttang is accusative. Yeah. Like eka puttang. Eka puttang is adjective accusative. So niyang is also accusative. Puttang is also accusative. Okay. So make a make a correction here. Make a correction here. When I correct this, I forgot that, so because there are many places, to amend. Sometimes you miss one place. Okay. Next, evangpi sababute sumanasam bhavaya aparimana. So is there any verb here? Yeah, verb bhavaye. Bhavaye is optative, right? He should develop, right? Cultivate. From the buhu. Buhu. Okay. So he should develop. Develop what? Yeah. Here the object. Okay, manasang. right? Thought. Aparimanam, right, is adjective to the thought, right? Measureless, boundless. And then you have like Sabba Bhutesu is located plural. Towards all beings. Evampi is adverb in this manner. Okay? Okay, now we look at this translation. Yataha, first you look at the verb anurake, right? And then you look at the subject, is mata. And then you look at the object, ekaputta. Just as a mother would protect her only child is because of ekaputta. Okay? Yeah, I make correction, but just now in the table I didn't update. Niyam putta. Okay? Instrumental. Her own child. Okay? With her life. Her own child is because niyam putta. Niyam on, puttang child. That's why this niya is adjective describing the puttang. Ayusa is instrumental with, right? Her life. It means understood as at the risk of her own life, right? So you see beautiful translation, right? Just as is yatha, mother would protect her own child, her only child with her life. Okay. So again, due to euphonic combination, ekaputtang anurake can be pronounced like ekaputta manurake. Okay. Yeah, this is also another form. Instead of ekang puttang anurake, right? So ekaputta manurake. That's also okay due to euphonic combination. Now, evampi sababhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimana. Here, same thing also. The verb is bhavaye, right? And then here, the object manasang, aparimana. Here I put aparimana adjective to manasang. You see? And then sababhutesu is located plural. So in this manner also, evampi is also, okay, in this manner also, or in this way also. Sababhutesu towards all beings, or with regard to all beings, he should develop, right? The measureless thought. Okay, here measureless is adjective to thought. Of course, our thought of loving kindness. Okay, so I think times we have about 10 minutes left. Brother Kao, any question there?
Yeah, there are a few more questions in the chat. We'll stop here.